Well, the 11 that Grant McCann sends out tonight for this match against Peterborough has 3 changes from the side which was beaten by Huddersfield Town. The same back 4 and goalkeeper combination of Matt Ingram, Louis Coyle, Callum Elder, Dishon Bernard and Jacob Greaves. 2 of the 3 changes come in midfield. It's the 10th different combination Hull City have had in their 3 centre midfielders. Tom Huddleston, Greg Docherty and Honeyman are the chosen 3 this time. Grant McCann might feel this is his strongest 3 that he has to choose from. It's the same front 3 that played for the majority of the League One campaign last year. Josh McGuinness through the middle, replacing Tyler Smith, who drops out altogether. Keane Lewis Potter and Malik Wilkes on either side of him in that 4-3-3 system. The bench for the Tigers is Nathan Baxter, Richie Smallwood, Andy Cannon. They both drop out of the 11 and come onto the bench. Josh Emanuel, George Moncur and Randell Williams. There's been 1 goal of the 7 fixtures on show tonight in the Championship. West Brom at the top end of the Championship lead away at Swansea by 1-0. Hull City look to try and win it back, and that will be a free kick. Keane Lewis Potter won it back on the left hand side, and another yellow card is brandished. Keane Lewis Potter took a strong touch around Ronnie Edwards, and that will be a free kick in a great position, edge of the penalty area on the left hand side. Great chance for Elder and Honeyman to link up for one of the first times this season. Malik Wilkes is the one who's having a complaint with the referee. He's got plenty to watch. And now the free kick will come in, and it's Honeyman to deliver towards the back post, punched away by Cornell. Huddleston's going to take it on. Oh, he's hit the post! What a magnificent chance from Tom Huddleston, 20 yards out. Struck it beautifully. Arrow towards the top right corner, but the post denies him and it remains 0-0.
Hit it that hard, I didn't even see it. I just saw the bar vibrate. If you want it to 421, they can strike a ball like that from that angle. It's Tom Huddleston. And it deserved a goal. That it was a wonder strike.
Would have been a goal of the season contender. We're 19 minutes in. Hull City 0, Peterborough United 0. And Hull City's woes at starting games quickly continues for another match. Still, after 13 games, Hull haven't scored in the first opening quarter. They might score here though, as Keane Lewis Potter gets onto it in the penalty area. David Cornell made himself big. Corner kick. Honeyman played the ball through into the box for Keane Lewis Potter. Slight clumsiness to Peterborough's defence, but goalkeeper did what he had to do, got off his line nice and quickly and pushed the ball behind for a corner kick. Hull City building a 4-man wall. Wilkes, Huddleston in there, Greaves and McGuinness. Whilst Dan Butler is one of the 2 in blue for Peterborough, standing over it. What's going to happen here? Dan Butler with hands on his hips. In comes that free kick, which goes over the wall and just wide of the target. It was Grant who took it on. It just bounced next to the post and went behind for a goal kick. George Grant turns away, knowing it was pretty close from where he viewed it. From up here, it was maybe about half a yard wide of the target. Taylor will now look for a man down the left-hand side. Thompson sits pretty behind him, so he bowls the ball back to him with his heel. Now with Schmoddix, works it over towards Butler. Butler now on the far left-hand side, delivers the ball into the box. Thompson and Dembele were waiting, but commanding was Bernard. And Hull City near their own penalty area with Honeyman, plays it to Coyle and he gets it away. Delicious ball to find Wilkes, and they've got a 3v2 here, Hull City. Wilkes into the penalty area, little deflection, goes wide of the target, so that will be a corner. Malik Wilkes had support to his left hand side as McGuinness was busting a gut to get into the penalty area. A corner is all that Hull City will get, but Peterborough will be very relieved. From one set piece, they're now going to concede their own. They're both performance wise falling into the traps made by the words of both managers in their post-match analysis. Darren Ferguson and Grant McCann both said that they need to be better inside the final third, as Dembele, Bernard gives it away. Peterborough with a great chance. Ingram comes out and saves. Dishon Bernard tried to tap the ball back to Ingram. He got a little bit too much in terms of hooking the ball rather than playing it straight back to Ingram. Dembele nipped in And George Grant should have made it 1-0 but didn't. Corner taken quickly. Swerving shot. Beautiful finish. Peterborough United go in front with an absolute moment of midfield majesty from Jack Taylor. He squandered a chance from 20 yards earlier, but this time he's curled in a beauty, and a set piece undoes Hull City again. It's double figures now, and Hull City are behind by a 1-0 with just a couple of minutes before the break.
It's a fantastic strike. You know, Dembele should have put them 1-0 up. It's a great save from Ingram. But then the corner comes in. He gets cleared, goes out to the edge of the box on his right hand side. He's bent it into that top left hand corner, away from the goalkeeper. Ingram's got no chance with that one.
It's with Honeyman. Now over towards Louis Coyle. Dish on Bernard. Gave away the ball, obviously trying to find Matt Ingram, which presented Peterborough with the corner, which resulted in the goal. Smallwood will play to Elder on the left-hand side, towards the edge of the box. He gets the ball in. McGuinness is there! Instant reply. Josh McGuinness with the equaliser. Those deep fears eradicated in the space of 2 minutes, if that. Josh McGuinness with a headed effort from 5 yards. Elder with his first assist of the season. That is McGuinness's meat and drink. Crosses into the box to head home, and Hull City are level. It's 1 goal apiece.
What a great reply that is. Callum Elder with a fantastic ball. And I don't know where his marker is, but McGuinness into the roof of the net. Fantastic response from going 1-0 down.
Greaves on the halfway line, goes to Bernard. Bernard will square it towards Smallwood, who sits at the moment in a temporary back three alongside Greaves and Bernard. Bernard the one sitting in the middle of the trio. Ball down the line by Smallwood to find McGuinness. As the ball curves in field, he tries to chest it down. He's at the byline, crosses in! Oh, what a chance for Keane Lewis Potter inside the 6-yard box. How he got onto it was genius, but what was ingenious was the fact he somehow managed to scoop it over the top of the crossbar. Great ball in, just pitched in front of his standing foot. It remains 1-1. He's not been tested significantly as either keeper, to be truthful. Both goals that have gone in have been pretty unstoppable. McGuinness had enough power to take it past Connell, and then Jack Taylor's 20-yarder was delightful. Smallwood, big diagonal, looking for Malik Wilkes. Difficult one to control, but he's done enough into the penalty area on the right-hand side. Peterborough gathering their players to get back. Wilkes tries to chip the ball back to McGuinness at the back stick. He does manage to keep the ball at his disposal. Back it goes to Doherty. Plays it now towards Callum Elder. Inviting ball in, looking for McGuinness, and he needed a solid connection again. It would have been double trouble from that combination if he'd got the solid connection he got in the first half. This time though, it strays out of play. I think it's gone all the way through for a throw-in, in fact. But again, Hull City with a good chance, and they want to take advantage of this. Well, KLP is after his third goal of the season. And between these two, there's only a top scorer with 2 goals in retrospect. And remember, Peterborough without Clark Harris tonight. Honeyman into the box. Malik Wilkes, good little through ball. Now Wilkes goes over. That looks a penalty, and it is. Hull City have the chance to go in front. Wilkes went down. The referee very confident in his decision. It was Butler, I think, who took him down. A pretty daft challenge, and that one is more clear-cut, and Hull City have the chance to take the lead. Josh McGuinness from the penalty spot in front of the south stand, with a chance to get 2 for him to become the top scorer. Here he comes, right-footed. He will strike it. Oh, he's blazed it horribly, horribly over the top. Well, the pause and no words is the shock at watching that ball sail away to the top of the south stand. That's not what McGuinness wanted. It's not what anyone in the home end of the stadium wanted. Coyle slips it behind Burrows for Malik Wilkes. He will stand up across. It's towards the front post, and that is the simplest catch that Connell's going to have to make all night. He was under no pressure. Peterborough now looking to bring the ball away in this end-to-end contest now. Dembele waiting for the support on his left from Schmodix. 20 yards out, Dembele takes it on. It's saved by Ingram, pushed out into the penalty area and scooped away by Richie Smallwood. Burrows gets it under control nicely. In the middle of the Hull City half, Smallwood looks to try and nip around Dembele and win the ball back. Puts it out for a throw-in. Grant McCann and Cliff Byrne, I think, might be thinking about a change in a moment's time. Peterborough regain possession. 71.5 minutes gone. It is Hull City 1, Peterborough 1. Smodix dragging the ball centrally. 30 yards out with the goal scorer Taylor. He tees up George Grant. Little ball slipped through for Dembele. He's chipped the keeper. The flag has stayed down and the visitors are back in front again. Their fans pour to the front of the block behind Ingram's goal. They're delirious and Hull City are dumbstruck. They have to come from behind again. Hull City 1, Peterborough 2.
Yeah, we just had a warning from Dembele from the shot before that Ingram saved. And he's got through again, he's on his own. It's a fantastic chip over the keeper. Ingram, no chance. That's what happens, you know, they've had 2 chances this half and scored one of them. We've had numerous chances, not scored any. You know, I think it's been our own downfall, I think, this second half. We started off so well, we was well on top of the game. Got a penalty, missed it, gave them a lift. And they've got themselves in front 2-1. I think we're going to double change coming on.
With 7 minutes to go, Peterborough in the last 15 minutes of matches have conceded. Of their 25 goals this season, 17 of them have come in the last 15 minutes. Statistically, there's hope. Here's Moncur. He's 25 yards out, just the edge of the box on the left-hand side. Tries to get the ball into the middle. It's blocked by Thompson. Keane Lewis Potter, he's going to try and work it into space for Louis Coyle, does that. There's a crowd of 3 right in the middle of the penalty area. Eves gets there, he leaps for the header, tipped over the top by Connell, or is it? I think it may have even hit the crossbar. The referee has given a goal kick. It hit the crossbar, so twice Hull City have hit the frame of the goal. I thought for a moment Connell had acrobatically, with great reflexes, tipped it over. But not to be, and it's a goal kick.
It's a good ball in again. That's what Eves thrives on. Crosses into the box. It's a good header, just can't keep it down.
So Ingram's going in, Smallwood's going in, Coyle's the only one not in the phase. Corner delivered. Keane Lewis Potter gives it away. Ingram is all at sea. Peterborough with Schmodix. They're 30 yards out. All they have to do is tee it across.
Offside.
They will.
Offside.
Dembele will score. He is offside. You're right, Justin, because Ingram was so far away.
He counts as a goal. Last man counts as a goalkeeper.
He does indeed. So Dembele thought he'd scored. Peterborough thought they'd scored. The fans came rushing down again. But their celebration's premature.